Hello, love. Welcome back, family. Sending you a great big hug right across Momma Gaia, thanking you for being here. If this video has found you, and or if you have found it, it goes both ways, there is definitely something here for you. I have not posted a video, a longer form video, probably for over a month now, because of some big changes that are taking place right across the board, a smorgasbord of changes that are happening. There are going to be, once again, some big changes coming to the channel, some big changes coming to the work that I'm offering, my offerings in general, and I invite you to come along for the ride and the journey. I'm changing things up, but it's happening very gradually. And part of the message here that I'm coming on to share with you is that if you are also experiencing the same thing, have heart. Because there is a kind of energy that I've been picking up on around wanting things to move faster, even though they're not. And us having to really trust the process, right? And all of that being part of the experience. Like this is why we are going through this right now. It's so that we can begin to, 144 on the counter as I say that, really embody this beautiful divine feminine wisdom of trust and faith, and essentially not pushing for things to happen or making things happen. Now, I understand that for some of us that can be a really difficult thing. And the crazy thing is that Spirit is not really giving me any kind of remedy on that. That's specifically what I'm hearing, the word remedy. And what I'm getting here is the analogy of when you take a painkiller to relieve yourself of the pain, but if there's an underlying thing going on, it's just sort of temporarily relieving you of the pain. And the deeper part of that is not really going away, right? It's like a wound that we're not tending to, or some kind of a deeper thing going on that essentially we're not tending to. And there's a lot here coming up around the body and the body speaking to you and listening to the body. Just a lot of divine feminine wisdom that really wants to be. It's funny because I'm hearing the phrase front and center right now, but it's more about being embodied. And on that note, I'm just going to get right into the reading. I'm being guided here to work with the crystal energies of green apophyllite, and Archangel Raphael is here. But I'm suddenly feeling a tremendous amount of resistance. And I'm trying actually to distinguish whether that resistance is mine or that resistance is part of the collective. And he's saying it's both. Okay. One of the things that he wants me, this is crazy because I don't think that the reading was going to go in this direction. I made notes. I got into meditation earlier and I made notes thinking I was going to talk specifically about this one thing. But now that the channel is open, there's a lot more that wants to come through. And that includes the energy of the green dragon that I've worked with before, and the energy of the green fairy as well, and anything to do with green, the green ray, working with green crystals. I'm also getting the energy of malachite here, so this is the energy of transformation, and I'm also getting the energy of moldavite. Are some of you working with these crystals? If not, this is a confirmation or synchronicity to do so. and work with them very intentionally. Work with them, when I say intentionally, work with them in a very aware way, not a flippant way. And I'm feeling also the energies of Archangel Michael really wanting to come through here. There's a kind of more stern, very straightforward energy about not fucking around and finding out. Okay. And the green dragon is sort of, the green dragon has always been this energy. Hold on, I'm being called. One second. Mama was calling me, so I just had to end that for a moment. I'm getting back into the stream of thinking though, and he's showing me the energy. Okay. He's showing me the energy of the vernal or spring equinox, which linear time-wise, we just experienced or went through not that long ago. Was it about 3 weeks ago? Yep. The energy of Ostara, for those of you who observe the Wheel of the Year as pagans or witches, this earth-based energy is very connected to this green dragon and this green fairy energy. There's going to be more on that coming up and moving forward. And this is part of the shift on the channel moving forward as well as what they're showing me. Again, I don't know what this looks like yet. I am coming on here with like 55 on the counter because obviously I paused it and we played it again. But these are about big changes and shifts happening. And essentially I am feeling I'm being asked to show up and just trust and have faith and to share that with you as part of the journey, in the hopes of some way showing you what that's like, so you know you're not alone. And it's okay not to know every flippin' thing and every detail as you move forward. It's about, he's saying to me, Archangel Raphael, it's about a depth of consciousness, a depth of heart-centered consciousness, which is where I thought this reading was going to start. But he's kind of bringing it back around to that too now. So I want to get back to the green dragon for a second. I'm seeing Merlin the dragon now. This particular, one of the timely aspects of this message, if you're finding this message when it's being posted, as of April, I'm recording this April 15th, 2026. Where I am, time and place here on Momma Gaia, here on Earth. We are moving into a very magical 222 on the counter as I say that on my recorder. We're moving into a very magical time of the year, but it's not just about the magic of our predecessors, is what he's saying to me. It's about your magic. It's about understanding more deeply your magic. Today marks the beginning of the willow tree, or Sally. And I'm hearing to jump and move forward quickly in the Celtic lunar zodiac. One of the things that I'm also been getting confirmations with recently has to do with us moving much more into cyclical time versus linear time, but how those two things overlap and they are connected in a very magical way. Okay? So there is the timely aspect of this message that he's confirming for me right now has to do with the period of April 15th to around May 12th. And the energy of the willow tree in the Celtic lunar zodiac. This is connected to Morgan Le Fay, the energy of, and he's even showing to me by extension Merlin, because they're all connected, right? The energies of Arthurian myth, legend, and actual energy. I'm hearing the Knights of the Round Table, this cyclical energy, and again, this is bringing us back to the energy of the divine feminine. We're moving out of an energy of what he's showing me, fear of God, into being one with the God that is within. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to my notes here. There was a lot that came through earlier, but I don't want to make this a super long message, and I'm not being guided to pop any cards. I'm just working with the crystal energies here, the energies that want to come through for this reading, predominantly the energies of Archangel Raphael, the green dragon, the green fairy, and I'm also getting this willow season, the willow tree. Okay? A lot of earth-based magic cyclical time energy with this. Okay. So we're moving out of this sphere of God energy and moving into a heart-centered consciousness and understanding the embodiment of that energy of the heart. But also, especially, this is a message for empaths, especially understanding that we need to differentiate that heart-centered consciousness with what we feel. And this is a message that's come through before, okay? This is going to be, now, he gave me a little bit of a preamble for this, and this is actually where he wants to end this message, okay? A lot of 5 energy is coming through here, and funny enough, I am recording this on a Wednesday, which is connected to Mercury. So there is an energy here of being mercurial, the energy of 5 being connected to Mercury, but specifically what I'm getting is the symbol of Mercury. I'm just going to write it here on my notebook and show you what that looks like. The astrological symbol for Mercury looks like this, right? So see how we have the energy of the antennae? And this is something that has been unfortunately demonized. And we're going to go into the word demon and all of this stuff. It's very interesting what he's showing me right now. He's showing me a lot of what we're going to be moving into is kind of deconstructing said taboos or what has been quote unquote demonized for the purposes of disconnecting us from our divinity very specifically. Okay. You could kind of refer to this as sort of the purposeful misinformation, but even that word is a little tenuous, so we'll get into all that, okay? Looking at things in terms of context, okay? But the energy of Mercury, the energy of Hermes in Greek, okay? And we're also going to get into the etymology of that word. And he's also showing me the word Ekati, Mana Ekati or Hecate, and this energy of what the name means, okay? I'm not referring to how she's been interpreted because people have interpreted her a wallop of different ways, and she, again, has been demonized, right? This is an energy of connection to divinity and seeing things from a distance. And I'm also being shown the energy here. I'm hearing the word Apollo, okay? Now, I am Greek background in this earthly incarnation, so this is part of the way that I understand things in my language in terms of how spirit speaks to me is through etymology, and especially through Greek language and the etymology of Greek language and the English language as well, and any language for that matter. And this is a very mercurial thing, right? It's a very... And do you have, this is another thing, they're saying to me very quickly, where is Mercury placed within your chart? I'm hearing Hermetics, okay? Being a student of Hermetics, Hermetic philosophy. But what he's saying to me is that this is not as occulted as we think it is. Because if you're someone who has an interest, I'm hearing a penchant. We're getting fancy with the words here, but this is part of it, right? Like if you're really interested in words and writing, and he's bringing me back to Wednesday again. Were you born on a Wednesday? Do you have prominent placements in terms of Mercury in your chart? What degree is Mercury at? He's showing me I was born during Mercury retrograde, and he's showing me that. That is something that is, there's a certain dynamism. Wow. Okay. And you know what? Archangel Raphael is connected to Wednesday, right? Yeah. That's another confirmation. Okay. So one of the things, I want to go back to Mercury here. There's a reason why we call it Hermetic philosophy. There's a reason why Mercury and being a student of alchemy is connected to Mercury and why we use the word mercurial. Okay, again, confirmation for some of you. This could be a confirmation for some of you, right? I'm feeling like anybody who's connected to this video, whenever they connect to it, is a student of I'm just hearing Mercury, Hermes, Hermes, the Hermetic ideas. And remember that, that too has been demonized. Read between the lines is what I'm hearing with that. And also read between the information that we have been given, because we haven't been given the full picture. And this goes back to the glyph of Mercury. What's really interesting with Mercury, let's break it down a little bit, right? This energy of Mercury. We're going to get into a whole thing on this. It looks like Venus, the symbol of Venus with antennae, or like a crescent moon. Wow, there's a lot here coming through. And we're just going to preamble. This is what he's showing me. This is going to be continued in the next series of messages coming through. All right. So there's a parallel here to the glyph of Mercury. What's been interpreted as horns, what's been interpreted as antennae or a crescent moon, or I'm hearing a chalice of receiving information. And I'm being shown the energy of the stag with that. And I'm also being shown the energy of the unicorn, even the alicorn for some of us. And I'm being shown the dragon and the dragon scales down the back. I'm being shown the ears. Wings are also connected to this. This is fascinating. But what's interesting about the glyph of Mercury is it looks at the bottom like Venus. Venus is plugged in. We have an equilateral cross at the bottom of this. There is a lot to decode here, which we will get to in future messages, is what he's saying. My left ear is going crazy right now. And this is another nod to this divine feminine energy. Mercury is a symbol for receiving the information and listening to the voice within. And that is the true connection to this Hermetic philosophy. We're going to get into the etymology of Hermes as we move forward. And I'm also being shown hermit with that. Eremitis, hermit. And how that's connected to Virgo. And Mercury is a ruler of Virgo. Okay. I'm going to end on this note. This energy of receiving this information, like the antennae in the glyph of Mercury, is like this beautiful seashell that Momma Gaia showed me on the beach just a few days ago when I was watching. I was watching many things. So while I was meditating upon this heart-centered consciousness, right, and differentiating true heart-centered consciousness from just how we feel as empaths, because there's a massive difference. He showed me this shell pointing up like this, and then immediately I saw the pineal gland and this pine cone shape, and hearing connection to source. This is an electrical connection, but it's also a connection of receiving, and this is where we get back into this concept of unity. And you know what's interesting? Is the energy of Hermes and Hermes and Aphrodite and the word hermaphrodite. Look it up. It's very interesting. And this idea of unity. And he said to me, Archangel Raphael, nothing can block this. It's your birthright as a soul. This point of connection, the divine connection within. I'm going to end this message on that note. We are going to move more deeply into this, but I'm going to be doing it in more compacted messages moving forward, almost like little miniature volumes. We're going to see how this goes moving forward. This was just the beginning is what he's showing me. And again, like I said, I had no intention of planning to do this message, but for some reason he wanted me to get it through. And I do have a feeling moving forward that there will be some kind of timely connection to this as we move forward through time here in a linear sense, but also in terms of secular time as well. I thank you for being here, beautiful family. For those of you finding this video and it finding you, thank you, Archangel Raphael. Thank you to the green dragon, the green fairy, and the energy of just the green ray, the green crystal family is what I'm getting with that. These beautiful crystal energies. Momma Gaia, this beautiful seashell, Mana Idor as well, coming through. I thank you for spending your time and your energy with us in this space. I am sending you so much love wherever you are here on beautiful Momma Gaia, in love and liberation, always.